5 Worst Artificial Sweeteners. Again, please avoid these artificial sweeteners. There are plenty of natural, healthy sweeteners available that provide essential nutrients and taste great. Aspartame, NutraSweet, Nature Taste Blue. Sucralose, Splenda. Acesulfame K, Ace K, Sunette, spoonful, sweet 1, sweet and safe. Saccharin, sweet and low, sweet twin. Xylitol, sorbitol. PepsiCo Incorporated recently announced it's reformulating Diet Pepsi, caffeine-free Diet Pepsi and Wild Cherry Diet Pepsi sold in the United States. It's removing aspartame from the formula and replacing it with sucralose and Ace K due to declining sales. According to Senior Vice President Seth Kaufman, to Diet Pepsi consumers, removing aspartame is their #1 concern. We're listening to consumers. It's what they want. This does not make diet sodas with artificial sweeteners any safer. Sucralose and Ace K both have dangerous side effects. Pepsi is switching the formula not for the health of its consumers. After all, they are keeping Diet Mountain Dew exactly the same, but because consumers are aware of the dangers of aspartame. Unfortunately, the general population isn't as aware of the dangers of sucralose and Ace K, and PepsiCo believes that this change in formulation will increase sales. Don't be tricked by marketing ploys. Aspartame, sucralose and Ace K are all bad for your health. 1. Aspartame, NutraSweet, Nature Taste Blue. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration approved aspartame nearly 35 years ago. It's currently used in more than 6,000 consumer foods and drinks, and over 500 prescription drugs and over-the-counter medications. It hides in places we don't expect. Because aspartame isn't heat-stable, it's typically found in drinks and foods that haven't been heated. According to a recent study published in the American Journal of Industrial Medicine, a reevaluation of the current position of the international regulatory agencies must be considered an urgent matter of public health. This recommendation is due to the study's findings that aspartame has carcinogenic effects. This study found that aspartame may impair memory performance and increase oxidative stress in the brain. In addition, if you are pregnant or nursing, avoid this dangerous artificial sweetener at all costs. A recent study points to alarming news for women who consume artificial sweeteners during pregnancy or while breastfeeding. It appears that aspartame, in particular, can predispose babies to metabolic syndrome disorders and obesity later in life. Common side effects of aspartame include headaches, migraines, mood disorders, dizziness and episodes of mania. Comprising phenylalanine, aspartic acid and methanol, these substances can stay in the liver, kidneys and brain for quite some time. 2. Sucralose, Splenda. Sucralose, derived from sugar, was originally introduced as a natural sugar substitute. However, in reality, it's a chlorinated sucrose derivative. Yes, chlorine, one of the most toxic chemicals on the planet. Sucralose was originally found through the development of a new insecticide compound and wasn't originally intended to be consumed. At 600 times sweeter than sugar, it's easy to see how the use of sucralose, or Splenda, can contribute to an addiction for overly sweet foods and drinks. In June 2014, the Center for Science in the Public Interest placed Splenda in its caution category, pending a review of a medical study that found it could be linked to leukemia in mice. A study published in the Journal of Toxicology and Environmental Health found that cooking with sucralose at high temperatures can generate dangerous chloropropanols, a toxic class of compounds. Human and rodent studies demonstrate that sucralose may alter glucose, insulin and glucagon-like peptide 1 levels. Last but not least, it isn't biologically inert, meaning that it can be metabolized and have a toxic effect on the body. Worst artificial sweeteners. 3. Acesulfame K, Ace K, Sunette, sweet 1, sweet and safe. Composed of a potassium salt that contains methylene chloride, acesulfame K is routinely found in sugar-free chewing gum, alcoholic beverages, candies and even sweetened yogurts. It's often used in combination with aspartame and other non-caloric sweeteners. Ace K has undergone the least amount of scientific scrutiny even though long-term exposure to methylene chloride, a main chemical component, has been shown to cause nausea, mood problems, possibly some types of cancer, impaired liver and kidney function, problems with eyesight, and perhaps even autism. In addition to sweetening foods, it's becoming increasingly popular as a flavor enhancer. K is heat-stable and routinely found in highly processed foods and baked goods. The human body can't break it down, and it's believed to negatively affect the metabolism. 4. Saccharin, sweet and low. In the 1970s, saccharin and other sulfur-based sweeteners were believed to possibly cause bladder cancer, and it was required to carry the following warning label: use of this product may be hazardous to your health. This product contains saccharin, which has been determined to cause cancer in laboratory animals. The FDA removed this warning, but many studies continue to link saccharin to serious health conditions. Sadly, it's the primary sweetener for children's medications, including chewable aspirin, cough syrup, and other over-the-counter and prescription medications. It's believed that saccharin contributes to photosensitivity, nausea, digestive upset, tachycardia and some types of cancer. 5. Xylitol, erythritol, maltitol, mannitol, sorbitol and other sugar alcohols that end in -tol. Sugar alcohols aren't absorbed well by the body and cause an allergic reaction for those who have a sensitivity to it. In addition, it has gastrointestinal side effects that include bloating, gas, cramping and diarrhea. Its laxative effect is so pronounced that it's actually part of the chemical makeup for many over-the-counter laxatives. Even though these sweeteners have been on the market for decades, pregnant and breastfeeding women should select a natural sweetener instead. WebMD states, not enough is known about the use of xylitol during pregnancy and breastfeeding. Stay on the safe side and avoid use. Special note to dog owners, sugar alcohol-based artificial sweeteners are a life-threatening toxin to dogs. Be mindful of breath mints, candies, sugar-free gum, frozen desserts and other foods when your pets are around. Healthy alternatives to artificial sweeteners. So, what are your options when you have a sweet tooth? All natural sweeteners, including maple syrup, coconut sugar, stevia, fruit purees and raw honey, are great, healthy substitutions. Keep packets of stevia with you so you don't have to resort to artificial sweeteners provided by restaurants and cafes. Start working to retrain your palate to enjoy the natural sweetness of foods, not added sweeteners. Try adding other flavors like tangy, tart, warm and savory to please your palate. For example, vanilla, cocoa, licorice, nutmeg and cinnamon enhance the flavor of foods, so you need less sweetness. When you crave a sweet drink, try homemade infused waters. Start sweetening your iced tea with honey, coconut sugar or even maple syrup for a twist. America's obesity epidemic continues to grow, and it coincides with an increase in the widespread use of non-nutritive artificial sweeteners including aspartame, sucralose, saccharin and sugar alcohols. Research shows that artificial sweeteners don't satiate you the way real foods do. Instead, you end up feeling less satisfied and more prone to eating and drinking more, resulting in weight gain, in addition to potentially suffering dangerous side effects associated with artificial sweeteners. While I truly believe that everyone should avoid artificial sweeteners, it's particularly important for children and women who are pregnant or breastfeeding to refrain from these sweeteners. The risk is simply too great.